Hi, 6th grade. This is Mr. Dreisbach. This video is to show you as an example of how to do the weather watch prediction activity. On certain assignments, you will have to do this activity using the weather data from the day's weather. I'm going to use data, some maps from yesterday actually, so it's older data, but I want to do it as an example to help you go through the work. So you'll get a link for the information, and like you've done before for my class, you'll need to make a copy because you will not be able to write on the original document. So you do File, make a copy. There it is, and you can put it in the folder that you need. You hit OK. So now I'm working on a copy, and now I can write on it itself. This happened last time. It took a little longer than I thought to make a copy. I think the internet is pretty busy right now with everyone working from home. All right, here we go. Here it comes. There it is. So the first thing you'll need to do is write in your name. Just like, oh, it's still coming. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'll make it a little bit bigger too so you can see what I'm working on. So you first write in your name and the date, which is, you don't need to because the date's already there. The first thing I want you to do is, looking at the weather map, you don't need to write anything down, but just notice first the high and low pressure systems. Look over here. Remember, the L's represent low pressure and the H's represent high pressure. So I see an H way up here in eastern Canada. I see a lot of lows along here and some other lows right around us. And look, this low has a lot of rain and snow around it. Look for some fronts: warm, cold, stationary, or occluded. Here's a warm front coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. Two cold fronts are heading down. Oh, there's a little stationary front here. Here's another warm front coming up here, but another cold front coming down. A whole lot of fronts are kind of being mixed together around here. As well as this purple one. The purple one is the occluded front. That's where one front kind of comes up and over the other one. And look, here's the big, long, stationary front kind of stuck. Look at this, right all over the north central part of the United States. And precipitation. Here's a little, on this map, here's the little key of showing different types of precipitation. Green represents rain, and if you get to yellow and red, it's intense rain, like a storm. And then bluish colors represent snow and ice. So it looks up over here, we have rain, but where it's cold enough, that precipitation is no longer rain, it's now snow. Same thing up here as well. So this first part is just to look it over. Just look it over, give it a shot. This second map just shows you the temperatures, and you'll need this a little bit later on. So you have your weather map with the different weather systems sort of on there for you to view, as well as a map of just, at this point, the temperatures of the United States for that as well. Now, what you'll need to do is first describe, for 5 different sections of the United States, you'll need to describe what the current weather is based off of the map and the temperature. The second thing you'll need is to predict the future weather. I'm going to practice the first one of these for you. Let's do the Pacific Northwest. The first thing we need to do is describe the current weather. Describe the current weather, including the temperature, precipitation, if any, and wind. Is it between a high and low pressure system? Remember, wind is basically the bottom of a convection current, and if you find yourself between a low pressure system and a high pressure system, there's probably some wind heading there as well. So let's take a look. We're going to start with the Pacific Northwest. The Pacific Northwest is up here. In fact, let me make this even a little bigger. There we go. Here's the Pacific Northwest. What I see right here, let's see. There is rain in the Pacific Northwest. So one of the things I'll write down here, describe the current weather. It is raining. And by the way, we need to use complete sentences. What is the temperature? Let's see. The temperature of the Pacific Northwest is 42 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature is 42 degrees Fahrenheit. If you just write F, that's fine. I know what you're talking about there. Let's see what else. The weather, temperature, precipitation, had that there. And the wind. Is it between a high and low pressure system? Can't really tell what's up there. I don't think so. I don't think it's that windy. But there is an occluded front there, so there might be a little bit of air movement, but I don't think it is that windy. It is not that windy, as there are no high or and low pressure system. Whoops. Systems nearby. Okay. And then for the future weather, this is the exciting part. Predict the future weather. Will it get more sunny or cloudy? Why do you think this is so? Will temperature go up or down? Why do you think this is so? Will there be precipitation? And if so, will it be rain or snow? Why do you think this is so? So let's take a look. The Pacific Northwest has an occluded front. If you recall from your notes, the occluded front does bring some clouds, and it looks like it's bringing a little bit of rain there. Is there going to be a lot of change, though? Here's a stationary front up here, which makes me think things aren't going to be moving too much. So I'm thinking if the stationary front's here, the occluded front's sort of here, it might be moving through a little bit, but it's going to get stuck with the stationary. I don't think there's going to be that much change. So let's write down. Predict the future weather. I don't think there will be much change in the weather. Why is that? There is a stationary front nearby, which will keep the weather somewhat the same. All right, well, what is it? I expect, whoops, the weather to stay cloudy, because there's an occluded front sort of stuck there, and rainy. Do you think it's going to be snow or rain? Let's look at the temperature here. Temperature is 42 degrees. Now, the freezing temperature of water is 32 degrees. So if the temperature is below 32, you could have some snow. But it looks like here it's still above. Though it's cold, I don't think it will be snow. I think it will not snow because the temperature is above 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Fix that little underlined red word. I think that makes sense for this one here. Yeah. Now in time we'll see what happens, but I think that's it for the Pacific Northwest. Now that's just one location. I also want you to do the same thing, the current weather as well as possible future weather for the Pacific Southwest. That's this part of California, down here at the Pacific Southwest. The Northeast, which is Maine, right here. The Southeast, which is Florida, right in here. And then the middle of the country, how do I describe it here? The middle of the country, the Midwest, sort of like Kansas. So this is Kansas right here, Nebraska, Kansas, somewhere in there. So similarly, you will do, just as I did here, predictions, both current weather and future weather, for these locations: Pacific Southwest, Midwest, Atlantic Northeast, Maine, and Atlantic Southeast, Central Florida. That's what I just said. Okay. The last thing you do is look at the local conditions. Now, here are the local conditions for the day of the assignment. And I do want you to write this down. You're basically just writing what is up here, but just look it through. It won't take you just a couple of seconds. So the current temperature, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind speed and direction, because there it is right there. Wind speed and direction, it is from the southwest, that's what this SW is, at 5 miles per hour. That's what MPH means, miles per hour. Wind chill. What does it feel like if it's windy? The wind chill is a little bit colder than regular temperature. It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. So because the wind is blowing energy off of you, it feels a little colder if the wind's blowing on you. And on more windy days, there's more of a wind to chill feeling. So it feels like 46 degrees, even though the temperature is 48 degrees. The weather conditions now, at this moment, it said here there's foggy, misty, fog, and mist. Remember that homework question, the difference between fog and clouds? Well, there it is. Fog and mist is in the area. Ooh, air pressure, an important one. Is the air pressure going up or down or staying the same? Now, right here it says 29.99 inches or 115.5 millibars, and it doesn't seem to be changing. So at this point, there is no change. I wonder if no change means I don't think we're actually going to see a big change of weather. Remember, if air pressure is going up, If air pressure is going up, then it can become more sunny. Higher air pressure means more sunny weather. But if air pressure is going down, if air pressure is dropping, it means there's probably going to be more cloudy weather and perhaps some rain. So we want to make a future prediction using the local data and looking at the national weather map. Make a prediction of the weather at SCH, the future weather of SCH will be. Let's say, based off the fact that there's not a lot of change of the barometer, a lot of change of air pressure. If you look over here, here's where we are. There's a stationary front there. The rain is north of us. I feel like there's not going to be a lot of change. I think we're kind of stuck here, at least in the next 5 to 6 hours. I don't think there'll be a lot of change. So right down in here, will be the future weather estimate will be about the same as it is now. There is a stationary front nearby, which will keep the weather the same. And the air pressure is not rising or falling. The air pressure is not going up or down. So that too means there probably will not be a lot of change. The weather will stay cloudy and foggy. Same temperature. Okay. Oh, I can't. Temperatures. I always misspell it. Remember, you see that underline, red underline. You can fix it that way. All right. Now, we saw a lot of not changing, but I don't think that's always actually the case. Remember, if cold fronts are coming, could bring colder temperatures and perhaps some rainier weather. Warm fronts can bring warmer temperatures and perhaps some cloudy rain as well. And remember, too, about those high and low pressure systems. If they're underneath a high pressure system, as I said, expect less clouds, more sun. And if you're near a low pressure system, then you can expect more clouds and possibly rain. And if there's a lot of low pressure, it could be a little stormy as well. All right, that's based off of this data. Now, when you get your assignment, when you click on the link, it's not going to say Monday, March 30th. It'll say the date of the assignment. And you'll see here, this won't be this map. You'll see your own map. In fact, I don't even know exactly what it'll be. We'll see on that day when you get your assignment work. But with this, you can do these things. And as you did before, please do the work, drop it off in haiku, and we'll go from there. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, please feel free to email if you have any questions. Bye.